It's a new ball game. You know, the regular season's done, and now it's time to start the fun stuff.
How do you feel at this point this year versus this point last year? What's different about the way you wrestle?
You know, I've always been a confident guy, but my confidence is at a new level, and you know, I'm really expecting to just go out and just let it fly, and you know, just put points up on the board, and you know, just being relentless. That's what I got to do, and be smart but be relentless.
With that being said, how do you approach a tournament like this? What do you do during the week, and in terms of, do you look at the bracket? Do you think about potential matchups? How do you prepare yourself?
Well, I mean, I just know my first guy, unless I have a pigtail right now, but you know, I'm just thinking about my first guy, and because it's pretty much the Big Ten tournament, you're only going to have 3 matches or whatever it is, but all of them are, you know, all-American caliber, you know, so it's something that you just got to go and think about the first guy, think about dominating that match, and then just going out and trying to dominate each match after that. But, you know, it's one by one.
You've wrestled in the Big Ten now for 2 years. What's this conference like, top to bottom? You talked about, you know, you're wrestling All-Americans. What's this experience like for a wrestler?
It makes you a lot better because, I mean, I've already wrestled, I don't know how many of the top 15 guys, but a lot compared to other conferences where, you know, you may only wrestle one, you know, before the national tournament, where here it's just a constant. Every week is, you know, some weeks you'll wrestle the number 1 and 5 guys in the country or whatever it is. So it just makes you better. It's more fun. The season goes by a lot quicker just because you're always anxious for the next test.
I'm sure I know the answer to this question, but does the team feel any pressure having won the past couple years?
No, I mean, it's a new year. It's you know, we may have won last year, but this year we got something to prove. You know, we're the underdogs the way I look at it right now. We're the ones that are trying to, you know, show the other teams that, you know, we really are the best in the country. We're trying to prove that this weekend and then in a couple weekends from now.
How does this tournament prepare you for the national tournament?
Again, it's the toughest conference, and it really gets you ready. Just it shows you how important taking that one match each at a time, and it just gets you confident that you're in the best conference, you know.
I'm excited. Last year I went with the team just to, you know, watch and get kind of the experience, but I'm pumped that this year I can actually wrestle in it, so I'm excited.
How do you prepare yourself for a tournament like this? Do you do anything different in the room, or do you look at the brackets at all? You know, what's the feeling like for you heading into a tournament?
I think just the same as what we've been doing all year, and not really, you know, changing too much, just sticking with what has been working, or, you know, working on certain things technically, but focus-wise, just take one match at a time, and that's pretty much it.
How have you grown as a wrestler from November to this point of the season?
I think I've adjusted pretty well to at least the weight class I'm in, being a little smaller, but I mean, technically I think I've gotten better, but I think mentally and wrestling the top, you know, tough kids and top kids in the nation, I think it's definitely helped out, you know, make me a better wrestler.
Having been through a year in terms of dual matches in the Big Ten, what are your thoughts on wrestling in the conference, and what are you expecting at this tournament?
Just to do as well as I can. I mean, if that's qualifying, awesome. And I mean, I think I have the ability to do that. So that's my goal, to qualify for nationals and then see how I do there. But just wrestle to the best of my ability.
Knowing you're going to wrestle several times in a weekend, do you prepare any differently in terms of being physically ready for those rigors?
I think like the week of is based maybe a little bit the same, maybe a little different, but I just think it comes down to like being ready mentally and just being focused and taking one match at a time. You know, not looking ahead to the semifinals when, you know, you haven't even wrestled your first match. So I think that's like the main focus, is just worrying about the match in front of you.
Jordan, good luck this weekend.
Okay, thanks.